Hey guys, so in this video we're gonna see how to import designs inside Principle. We're gonna create a little bit more complex animation and we're gonna see the timeline or the animation timeline in action. Before moving forward, I just want to let you guys know that you will have access to all the project files which are being shown here. So all the designs which are being shown here, which are being used in that particular lesson, are already there inside the modules. So you just need to access the project files and you will see all the different project files here. So yeah, let's get back to the video and let's see how to import designs inside Principle. So I have this blank canvas inside Principle, and to import designs you just need to go into import, and if you are using Sketch then you can select Sketch from here, and if you are using Figma then you can select Figma, and you can select any particular document which you are using right now. So I'm using prototyping in Principle level 1, and you can go back to Principle, you select that particular document, and you can select the resolution or the scale at which you want Principle to import those designs. So I'm gonna keep at 2x, and you can import the entire page or the selected frames, but I wanna import only the selected frames, so I'm just gonna select both these frames. So after you have selected frames inside Figma, you can go back to Principle and it will show you the import selected frames button activated. So you can just select choose import selected frames from there, and Principle will start importing all the designs, all the images from Figma. And the same process goes for Sketch as well. So after a few seconds, Principle has imported both the artboards from Figma, and as you can see here, inside Figma we have a design like this, and inside Principle the design is a little bit different because sometimes Principle is not able to import all the properties, all the correct properties which are being used inside Figma. So we're gonna just quickly manually fix those. So as you can see, inside Figma we have rounded corners on the menu, on the genre selector, and everything is rounded, but on inside Principle we have this base as not rounded. So I'm just gonna go here inside the round corners and just gonna select 8. Yes, that looks good. And here you can see the shape is not rounded, so I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna select 12 for rounded corners, and it looks perfect. Same I'm gonna do here for science fiction. No, yeah, for the second layer, yeah, it doesn't matter if I do for the first layer also because it's already rounded. So I'm just gonna select the background layer. Yeah, so that's how you fix some designs which are a little bit not properly imported by Principle, and everything looks fine here. You can go back to Figma, you can check there. Yeah, and yeah, so let's get started. So in this animation what I want to do is connect both the screens together, and when I click on this poster 1 or this card 1, I want to go to this movie details page. So let's select this card 1 and click on this connect and select tab from there and drop the connecting arrow to the home page, and you will have a connection from home page to home page 2. And I'm gonna go, and inside the layers panel I'm gonna rename home page 2 to home movie page, just like the design movie page. So yeah, I'm just gonna close these, and inside the movie page now I'm gonna see like what changes do I want here. So first of all I want I just need to move these, choose the genre you love and all the genres to the top, and I'm gonna just reduce opacity to 0. Same thing I'm gonna do to card 2. Select the card 2 on the movie page, move it down and reduce opacity to 0. Same thing I'm gonna do to the footer bar, move it down. I'll just move it outside and reduce opacity to 0. Now we have this card 1, and let's see what things do we want to keep here and what things we don't want. So we just don't want to keep 3 things here, which are the title, movie title, stars and the CTA. So now let's select this card 1 and move it to the top, and let's scale it to 1.1 maybe 1.2, that's too much. 1.15, yeah, that looks fine. And use the alignment tool to align to the edge. Yeah, that looks better. And let's reduce opacity of watch now, of the title, and of the ratings. Yeah, so now as you can see inside our design, we have the movie poster a little bit scaled up. So what we're gonna do here is like scale this movie poster to like 1.4, and I'm gonna go move it down. Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna align it and move it down somewhere here. But you can see we have borders on the right hand side and left hand side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna group this, create a group for this movie poster. So I'm just gonna press Command G, and we have this group, and I'm gonna rename the group to poster border, and I'm gonna bring these borders to a little bit inside, something like this. So now I'm gonna just check this option called clip sublayer, so it will clip the poster inside this group, and I'm gonna give some radius to this group, something like this. Yeah, this looks somewhat similar to the actual design we have, and I'm gonna move this base to the somewhat here. Yeah, you can see inside the Figma file also we have this design, something like this. So now after fixing that, I'm gonna go to actual page, and I'm gonna copy the movie details from there, gonna paste it here, and now gonna copy the CTA from there and gonna paste it here. And I can see the poster is a little bit more big here, so I'm gonna just reduce the height of the poster somewhat here. This looks good, and the base also somewhere here. Okay, this looks perfect. Okay, so now let's copy this entire movie details on to this home page, move it down and reduce opacity to 0. So basically we want this details to scroll down or slide in from the bottom. Also I'm gonna copy this CTA, paste it here, move it down, and that's it. Let's try to preview the animation which we have created, and let's tap on the poster. It looks something like this. And in the design you can see we have this back button animation also, from the hamburger menu to back. So we go back into principle, and I'm gonna just zoom it, and the lines are a little bit pixelated, but that's okay. I'm gonna give some rotation to -40 degrees, and to this also 48 degrees, and to the center line I'm just gonna reduce opacity to 0, and I'm gonna move 1 pixel down. I'm gonna move this line 1 pixel up and a little bit more. Yeah, this looks fine, and I'm gonna reduce the scale to 0.7. yeah, and align it to the box. Yeah, so now we have the back button here, and now we can delete this movie page because we don't need it. We have copied all the elements from there. And now let's see the animation again. We click on this movie poster. This looks good. Let's add a different kind of easing to this, and let's click on here. Basically select all the elements here and click on spring. Go back, reset, click. Yeah, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this back button which is called menu here, and I'm gonna click on tab, select connect the arrow to the home page. Now let's see. Okay, the menu tab isn't having the spring ease in, so I'm just gonna select all the properties, all the layers, and I'm just gonna do it spring here, and let's preview the animation again. Yeah, so that's how our animation looks like. So you can see like the genres and the text is moving up when I'm clicking on this poster. And yeah, this looks perfect. Also you can do is you can go again to this card one tab, select all the layers and just select or just choose like ease both, and maybe you can increase the duration to somewhere like 0.65, and same you can do here on the menu tab. Select all the animation layers and choose ease both. Select all the last keyframe, move to 0.65. So basically this is animation timeline, and when you select any connection here, the animation timelines open up. Also you can close the animation timeline if you don't want it, so just click on animate, it will close, click on animate again, it will open up. And you can also move each and every other layer in different times, so for the animation to happen with some delay. So, and that's all we gonna explore in the further lessons, but for now just focus on the easing part and see like how the time affects the animation. So let's have look at the animation again. So this is pretty slow, this is not looking good, and we don't need something like that. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna reduce the animation to like 0.35, go here 0.35, and let's look at the animation again. Yeah, this looks way better than that. Yeah, also if you want to go to like want to do like something funky, you can choose spring and select all, choose spring, back to our previous animation. So that's how you do animations inside Principle. A little bit more complex animations where you need to manually update the designs. When you import from Figma, the designs can be a little bit kind of not accurate or not actual looking from the Figma file, so you need to do some manual fixing here and there. So you already have some design tools here, you have opacity, you have roundness, scale, rotation, etc, so you can do some fixes here. By the way, a small thing I forgot to fix, which is the play button on the movie page. So I'm just gonna select the play button from the layers panel, and I'm gonna just move it to the center of the poster somewhere here, and it's upgraded. Just gonna move it a little bit more down somewhere here. Yeah, now it looks pretty fine. Yeah, so that's it, how we create animations inside Principle. And in the next lesson we're gonna see how to create a basic micro interaction which is tab bar micro interaction inside Principle.